Hello YouTube, this is Snipey back with another episode of Fate Stay Night. Now if you remember, last time the entire episode was pretty much just about how much of a complete asshole Shinji is. So we'll continue on from there, I guess. It's lunchtime. Our school has a splendid cafeteria and most students eat there, but there are some old-fashioned students who bring their own lunches. Two of them happen to be me and the student council president in front of me. Student constable.
Emiya, その唐揚げを一つくれないか。俺の弁当には圧倒的に肉分が不足している。
いいけど、なんだってお前の弁当ってそう質素なんだ、一世。
何を時代錯誤なことを。小坊主に食わす贅沢はない。悔しいのなら己で何とかせよ、などという。いっそ今からでも天祖になるか。
あのじいさんなら確かに。
Issei's father is the priest of the Ryudo Temple, and a bald guy who's friends with the old man at Fujine's place. You can't expect a normal personality when he's friends with a guy like that.
それは。じゃあ、いつか恩返しを期待して。
I hand him my lunchbox.
いや、ありがたく。これも托発の修行なり。
Issei bows deeply. How can I put this? I never know what to say when things like this remind me that he's the son of a priest.
そういえばエミヤ、朝方2丁目の方で騒ぎがあったのを知っているか？
交差点？
The intersection this morning. He must mean that clamor with all the police cars.
なんでもな、殺人があったそうだ。詳細は知らないが、一家4人中助かったのは子供だけらしい。両親と姉は刺殺されたというが、その凶器が包丁やナイフではなく、
A long weapon. He must mean something like a sword. It was a murder, so that must mean the sister and the parents were killed. You don't say. I picture it. Someone barging in during the night. Unjust violence. A one-sided pillage like an accident. Slashed parents. The sister killed without even knowing what's going on. To the side, the child covered in their blood.
一世、それ犯人は捕まったのか？
捕まってはいないようだな。信徒の方では欠陥工事による事故。こちらでは辻切りめいた殺人事件だ。学校の門限が早まるのも当然。
別に。
いや、エミヤが厳しい顔をしていたのでな。少し驚いた。すまん。食事時の話ではなかったな。
Issei That'd be a cute name for him. Issei tries to soften the air apologetically. I was fine with the topic, but was I really making such a nasty face? And then there's a quiet knock at the door.
失礼。
Issei addresses Kuzuki, who just entered. It must be a simple talk about the student council, as Issei seems pretty relaxed. That's not something you see every day. Despite his appearance, Issei is very shy. The guy who draws the line against his classmates and even his teachers is letting his guard down with Kuzuki.
真面目なとこで気が合うのかも。
Kuzuki Soichiro, the teacher in charge of Class 2A, is serious and stubborn. Probably that aspect helps him get along with Issei, who prizes order and discipline. The two continue to talk. All the while, I can't get the story of the murder out of my head. Classes end and it's time to go home. I can't go anywhere as I have work today. I should leave school and go straight to the neighboring town, but I'm worried about the conversation I had this morning, so I've made my way to the archery club before I knew it. According to Mitsuzuri, Tsusakurin comes here often. Well, I don't really care about that. But I know that Shinji's getting angry at her is going to be a problem.
シンジのやつ。
It's bad if Shinji gets violent just because she turned him down. I don't know why it's bad, it's just bad. It makes me feel bad just thinking about it, so I have to stop it from happening.
なんだ。と、
Tosaka isn't around. Mitsuzuri's words were needless.
へえ、
Her worries.
誰がいないって？
I spin around.
だから。
And there's Issei, whom I just left behind.
お前か、一世。
いや、エミヤが挙動不審げに道場をで、誰がいないって？
誰って遠坂だよ。なんでも昨日シンジと一悶着あったらしいんだ。
ほほう、挙動不審だな。聞かれてもいないのに理由まで話すなど。
なんだよ、別にいいだろ。俺が何しようが。
うん、それはしかり。だが無駄だぞエミヤ。遠坂はここにはいない。
何？
Skipped school, so she was absent today?
そうか。
What do you think that implies, Shirou?
待て、一世。なんで遠坂がずる休みなんだよ。あいつがそんなのするわけないだろ。
するとも。あいつが風邪などひくものか。俺が見たところあいつは悪いやつだ。外見に騙されるとパクッと食われるぞエミヤ。
She's a witch! Somehow, Issei's words annoy me. It's true that I don't know her, but I can't imagine that she's a bad
言い
person.
過ぎだぞ、一世。遠坂はそんなやつじゃないだろう。
ん？なんだ？エミヤも遠坂狙いな。
After Tosaka, who said anything like that?
勝手に決めつけるな。俺はただシンジが揉め事を起こ。
シンジが遠坂に殴りかかろうとしたら止めるためか。またそんな役回りをするな。
してないから損じゃない。けど一世、お前今変な。
遠坂狙いは趣味が。
そう、遠坂は人気あるじゃないか。
ああ、聞かないね。それがまた気に食わない。
She's evil, I'm telling ya. Issei's onto something. Issei looks around, snorting. She's a
気に食わない
witch.
ってどの辺がだよ。
だから全部だよ。あれは女狐だ。妙称だ。妖怪だ。とにかく生理的に気に食わない。悪いことは言わないから、エミヤも気に入らないようにしろ。
いいっせ。人の陰口は良くないってお前の口癖じゃなかった。
たわけ。これが陰口に入るか。俺は聞こえるように喋っている。
No wonder I feel someone's eyes from the archery dojo. Thank God. I'm so glad Tosaka is absent today.
頼む、一世。悪いが早速陰口にしてくれ。
エミヤがそういうのなら了解した。
I'm pretty sure she knows he hates her.
いや、とりわけ中傷していたわけではないぞ。単に竜道一世が遠坂凛を警戒していると言っ。
その割には妖怪だと。
You think the term schoolgirl is a discrimination? What?
何？褒め言葉だ。女狐にも妖怪にもいいものはいる。あくまで遠坂を表現する値として採用しただけである。かつ。
熊が断絶の壁を越えた。クレアちゃん。大丈夫。スミカは私が守る。
それではな。俺は生徒会室に戻るが、エミヤはバイトだろう。こんなところで道草を食っている暇はなかろう。
He must feel refreshed now that he said everything he wanted, as he leaves calmly. I've known him for 2 years now, but I still don't understand his personality. He's a bit of an oddball. 20 minutes after taking the bus from my school, I arrived at the neighboring town of Shinto across the bridge.
なんだ、まだ5時前か。
Miyami City is a residential district, so it's hard to find part-time jobs there, but the developing Shinto has many available. The school rules allow for part-time jobs, so I work a few easy ones. Within them, I prefer hard physical labor that ends as quickly as possible. It's killing two birds with one stone as it builds my body while I get paid for it. Today's job is a simple loading job from 5 to 8 o'clock. Even though it's only 3 hours, there's 6 hours worth of work to do. They make you run around without a minute's rest, so should I rest when I can, even if it's just for 10 minutes? It's a waste of energy walking around until my job, so I guess I'll rest in the park. This park is among the buildings. It's like a big field. The park should be filled with people and families and lovers on weekends, but it's empty here now. No. This place is always desolate.
相変わらずだな。
I'm a bit sad. The utterly neglected ground looks awful compared to the neatly organized buildings surroundings. The desolate area makes the wind feel cold. This is the remains of the conflagration 10 years ago, and this is the place where I was saved from burning to death.
なんで芝生とか植えないんだろう。いつまでもこのままってのはもったいない。
It's a large area, so if they retiled it, the park would get bigger. Thinking absentmindedly, I sit down on a bench, stare at the burned land to pass the time. I don't remember what happened here back then. I probably don't remember because I was a kid, and it wouldn't have been an easy scene to memorize. All I can remember is that it was hot. I couldn't breathe. And that people died trying to save others.
どうしてそうなのかな。
For example, an adult had tried to save a child from a burning house. He saved the child, but died in its place. For example, there were people who had their throats burned, but they gave what little water they had to one guy, and the others died. For example, there was someone who ran along to get away from the fire as fast as possible, and everyone that had passed on the way died. For example, people who died because they gave something that was saving them only to save others they didn't even know. I didn't like things like that. It makes me mad that those who tried hard were sacrificed. Am I greedy to want an ending where everyone is safe and happy? All I wanted was to see people relax peacefully, so why can't I manage a simple thing?
それは難しい。シロの言っていることは誰も彼も救うということだからね。
Kiritsugu answered me so to the question I asked as a child. Of course, as a child, I denied it, because Kiritsugu saved me. I knew he was a sorcerer who could do anything. I knew he was a superhero who couldn't ignore people in need, who saved them for no benefit. So I believed Kiritsugu could have saved everyone back then. When I told him that, he made a troubled expression and said something that I remember to this day.
シロ、誰かを救うということは誰かを助けないということなんだ。いいかい？正義の味方に助けられるのはね、正義の味方が。
I understand that. It's obvious now that he said it. Let's say there's a robber and some hostages, and the robber intends to kill them. With normal methods, most of the hostages would be killed. Even if you use a miraculous method to save the hostages, there will still be one person who isn't saved. Of course, is the robber whose hostages were rescued. The people a superhero saves are only those he decides to save. That's why even God cannot save everyone.
それが天才ならなおさらだ。誰であろうと。
The fire 10 years ago was like that. It's not something I, who was miraculously saved from, can talk about now. I don't want such a thing. I don't want help that has a limited capacity. You have to help no matter how impossible it is. I can't stand to have strangers dying around me back then. So if I had been there 10 years ago, Even if it was impossible, I would have gone into the fire.
そのまま無駄死にしてたろうな。
That's for certain. Jeez, I'm helpless.
しまった。
The 5 o'clock bell rings. I stand up and quickly make my way to work. When my job's done, the sun is already set. It's a bit before 8. I finished 10 minutes early because I worked too hard. It seems I worked frantically since I went to that place before work. Here in front of the station, the night's just getting started. There are lots of people and a constant flow of cars on the road. The buildings are still lit up, and just looking at them makes me feel like I'm watching a grand festival of
藤
illumination.
姉にお土産はいいか。
I walk while looking up at the lighted building. It's the biggest building in Shinto, so I can't see the top clearly. I just gaze up the building, just enjoying the night scenery. And I think I see something out of place.
なんだ今。
I stop and stare at the rooftop. I focus my eyes, looking at the thing as small as a grain of rice. What the? Looks like someone I know. Why is she there? What would she be doing there? With her long hair fluttering and doing nothing, she looks down at the town. It doesn't seem like she notices me down here. No, there's no way she could see me. She's so high up that I, with better eyesight than most, can barely see her by improving my vision with magical energy. I can recognize her since she's standing there alone, but there's no way she would notice me down here among all these people. She's just looking down at the town. Maybe she's looking for something, as I can feel her sharp stare even down here. I forget about time and keep looking up the girl standing in the sky. She's on top of a tall tower. She's like a witch, looking down at the earth with the moon behind her. You're a wizard, Rin. Oh, and then she must have been done with whatever she was doing as she disappears. Her figure has disappeared and the scene returns to the beautiful view of the night.
今の遠坂だったのかな。
I have no proof, but I think I'm right. There aren't many girls with looks that stand out that much, and even more than that, I'm not stupid enough to mistake a girl I secretly admire.
そうか。
Well, Tasaka sure has strange hobbies. Unlike Shinto, there's no one in Miyami City. After 8 o'clock, there are no people around and the town is terribly quiet. At the junction of the house I saw this morning, there's no sign of people and the door has a do not enter sign. After only one day, the house is quiet as an abandoned building. Parents and older sister killed by the burglar. What kind of life remains for the child left behind? I bite my lip, feeling powerless. Even after swearing to become like Kirisugu, I can't do anything about what happened so close by. Even though I want to help someone, in the end, I don't even know what I can do. I climb the hill and reach the Emiya house. The lights are still on, so Sakura and Fujine must still be there.
ただいま。
おかえりしろ。
Fujine turns around, munching on a rice cracker. The TV show's a bit loud variety show.
もうまたこんな時間に帰ってきて。冬は日が暮れるのが早いんだから。
だから早く帰ってきてるだろ。8時までのバイトを選んでるんだから。で、さくらはどうしたんだよ。なんか晩飯の支度だけはで。
さくらちゃんなら早めに帰ったわよ。今日は用事があるからって。
Fujine says so happily. As far as she's concerned, anyone who cooks for her is a good person.
そっか。確かにしばらくはその方がいいかもしれないな。最近は物騒だし、いっそ新学期まで晩飯は俺が作ろうか。
反対。シロ帰ってくるの遅いじゃない。 それからご飯作ってたら食べるの10時過ぎになっちゃうよ。
あのね、そこに自分家で食べるという選択肢はないのか。
だからここが私の家だよ。
Fujine seems puzzled. Honestly, I'm not sure if that makes me happy or sad. What makes me happy? I love you, Fujine.
藤姉に飯を作れなんて無理難題を言ってもしょうがねえ。それはいいけど、足元のそれなんだよ。また余計なものを持ってきたんじゃないだろうな。
Fujine has a terrible habit of leaving junk at my place. Large bowls from restaurants, a heavy teapot she got in the shopping district, a strange guitar that plays by itself. I think she thinks that this place is some kind of warehouse.
ちょっと見せてみろ。ゴミだったら捨てるから。
これうちで余ったポスターだけど。
Fujine hands me the poster. It's probably some infamous idol or something.
どれどれ。
Here we have a military-style guy with his thumbs up on a cheap-looking blue sky background. In letters like blood, it reads, "Loves the lovely Rangerland. Please join the self-defense force." Oh, and this is an army recruiting poster.
それいらないからあげるね。
これだっていらねえよ。
I roll up the poster and hit Fujine with it.
へへん。は
But Fujine deflects my attack with a poster she had hidden and counterattacks mercilessly. Bam! The poster lightly knocks my... Stars! I saw stars!
シローの腕で私に当てようなんて甘いわよ。悔しかったらもうちょっと腕を磨きなさいね。
そんな問題じゃないだ。
Could this be the skill of a master?
ごめんごめん。こっちのポスター初回特典版なんで5。シロー頭大丈夫？
Alright, with that, I shall leave. Alright, you guys have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Bye.